term, short term. They're not benefiting you long term at all, because long term, you're going to get
Oh man, I think we may have lost Coach BWalk. Did she freeze for you guys?
Yeah, she's frozen for me. Yeah.
Oh man.
She's frozen, yeah.
Okay. All right. She may have,
Text her. You want to text her?
yeah, she may have accidentally dropped off. I know that her computer was yeah. Dang. Okay, hold on. Let me shoot her a text real quick. Man, she was cooking. Oh my gosh. All right. So family, her computer must have died. And so she'll probably be jumping back on here in a second.
I'm sorry, Nick. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, man. You was cooking.
I gotta go get me a new. I gotta invest in me a new tablet. I think my tablet just died out, y'all. I got this one back when I first joined the business. It's time to hang it up, and I'm pretty sure Montre on the call talking about. I knew that tablet she got raggedy. But listen, what I was saying is, if you want them to benefit your recruits, if you want them to benefit you for the long run, because we're not in this business for the short term. Nobody is on this call to say, oh, I'm in this business for two to 3 years. I'm not in this business to benefit, right? Then you got to make sure those individuals are licensed. Everybody on your team should be licensed. They talked about trying to get 30 licenses by the time we actually go to the convention center in June. Why not try to get that way before then? Why not see something that you want and know that anytime that new licensed agent is coming on your team and each one of those individuals write 1,000 in premium, who is that benefiting? 30 licensed, y'all. And if 30 of those people each individually write something, that's going to do a lot for you. But not only that, it's going to increase the belief level of your teammates as well. Nick, am I on the screen full time? Because I don't know. I can't see myself like I did a while ago.
Yep, you're on.
Okay, you're on. So you can't. Okay, so yes, so those individuals, everybody needs to know coming in that they're making money. If you have like people that's coming onto your team and they're not licensed and you got them in the field, they're not making any money. They're not making any money at all. And anybody, if you came to make money on this call, raise your hand. Everybody's hands should be up. Their hands down, Nick. That's the problem. Everybody's hands should be up. So then if you came to make money and you're using your license, then you need to make sure your people are using their license. And they need to get licensed. So stop waiting around and letting them go 2-3 months without getting licensed. Get them in. And make sure that they get their orientation. And after their orientation, you should be trying to get them in the field, of course. And for me, I register my people on that call for their class when we do the FNA, because everybody needs a personal plan. And they talked about how important that is. Buying into the company, of course, you need to make sure understanding what it is that we're going to do with other people when we sit down and meet with them. How can you articulate that if you haven't seen it actually being performed on yourself? How can you articulate something if you don't even know the product? We talked about the same thing the other week on the call. Competence makes confidence. If you're not competent about the product that you're offering to people, how can you be confident about what you're talking about, y'all? And so look, Nick, it's a lot that I have in my book. Honestly, on the plane, when I talked to Nick and I said, hey, this was amazing, Nick. It was. And my belief level has been maximized times, I don't know what. I said, he was like, well, I need you to speak. I wrote down so much stuff. I wrote down like 7-8 pages of stuff that I wanted to talk about. But just thinking about it, it's just, it's too much to talk about. But make sure you are building your team the right way. Don't just be the distributor. Stop sitting on these licenses. Stop saying don't nobody want the business. Stop saying don't nobody want the products. People do want an opportunity. People are stressed out on their jobs. People have cried last night on their way to sleep because they didn't want to wake up the next day and go to work. They didn't want to have to drive in traffic, y'all. There's a lot of people out here that are still dying from COVID that don't have insurance, and you're sitting around letting them die because you're not offering them the product. Stop sitting on those licenses. If you have not used your license in 3 to 2 months and you are struggling, and I got to talk to y'all like this because that's the way that they talk to us, then shame on you. And they say you need to tell your agent, shame on you if you're not using those licenses, because that license is going to put a blessing in somebody else's life. That license, when a parent passes away, is going to put food in a child's mouth. It's going to keep them lights on when that other parent is too weak to get out of bed and talk. Because people cannot, they need to grieve in peace. So if we're going to talk about something, if we're going to be a part of this, we got to believe in the crusade. We got to understand that we are actually blessing others. You know how much money this company put out last year? It's like, what, over $1 billion, y'all? Do you know that? If you didn't know that, you didn't get to take advantage of any of that money, you need to take advantage of that money now. They're giving out, $500,000 in bonuses during the month of October. That's free money that you can take advantage of. I took advantage of it before I became a regional vice president. You don't have to wait to get to the top, which y'all say, we say the bottom is way too crowded. I'm a regional vice president, and I'm trying to get to the top because this is the entry level of leadership in our company. They made that very clear. Y'all are the entry level of leadership. And what you're trying to do is be financially independent. In order to be financially independent, that distribution is what needs to be built. So I'm building my team along the way, so whatever I did not do last week or Saturday before I got on that plane, I'm going to do things much different. And retention, you got to make sure that you're checking on your people. Art Williams built this company based on the people. The people, that's all they kept talking about. Love on your people. During COVID at the beginning of the year, when we first started into this, I said, you know what? My people can't do right. In Blessed Dynasty, the old members, they'll tell you what I did. You can't do right. You can't do anything for me if you're not right. Let's get on this call. Let's get on this Zoom call and let's all pray and ask each other questions. They know I love my people. You got to love on your people because your people stick around when you love on them. They're in this business and you got to let them know you got their back. So if you're not and you brought somebody on your team and you ain't even called them, I don't care if you're a rep and you have a person that you recruited and you haven't called them, stop waiting on your RVP or stop waiting on your field trainer to be the only one to call them. Call your people because that person is going to be underneath you. That person is going to look up to you. They're going to continue to be like, okay, well, you brought me in. Make sure you check on them, love on them, because we are in the people business. Who is that Stephen always say, don't chase the production, right? I talked about that a while ago. You chase the production. That's a bad thing. You get the people, the production is going to follow. The production going to die out. And I think, when I look at it, I used to say, hey, Nick, why do we recruit first before we do a sale? I used to always think that. But me, like Nick would say, I did when he was coaching me, I did what I needed to do. Said, Nick, why do we do the recruit first? But it makes so much sense. How am I going to be financially independent if I'm not building my team? I'm chasing the premium. That premium is going to die out. So if that's what you're looking for, you're not going to be successful. You focus on those people, y'all. Focus on those people. So when you're asleep, the money is still coming. You focus on the people, you work on them, you build them, you teach them, you develop them. And there are going to be some times where you're tired and you have different personalities. And you're like, man, these personalities, Lord, it's a lot. But guess what? At least no one's running you. Because on your job, when you went to work this morning, somebody was breathing over the back of your neck, standing over you. But you don't do that when you're running your own business, when you're building your own empire. And you are building your own empire. This is $1 million company for me. Blessed Dynasty has been built on a lot, and I'm standing on that. And so also what I want you to understand, I did write this down. Make sure that you're aligning yourself with the company. They talked about how important that is. Plugging into the support system, plugging into your vision. They kept mentioning that, plugging into your vision, whatever reason you got into this business, always revisit that. Let me see. The more activity that you do, of course, the more results that you're going to see. So if you're not doing any activity, you're not having appointments. We talked about setting appointments for a while. We went into the breakout rooms. Yeah, y'all probably was like, why are we doing this? Why are we going over this, Nick? We just did this. Because the more activity you do, the more production is going to come, the more likely people are going to join your team, right? Those are the things that you got to understand. If you're not doing any activity, it's people on my team I haven't seen go on appointment in a minute. And you can't get anything. You can't sit there and wait until the last and think we're going to get it. You know, they talked about don't get leadership confused with friendship. Remember, you are in a business. You are building a business. You got to take this personal because it's your business. You can't just hand your business over to people. And I always heard that. You can't just let people just take off with your business, because anybody that's coming up underneath, just like when I was in Nick's base shop, Nick and Raheem's base shop, I was in there. I was directly in there. So I did what I had to do, but I made sure, hey, what I got to do to get in, what I have to do to get my elbows dirty, what we going to do to get these numbers right. Everybody on board. Everybody got to work together. Everybody accountable for each other. I don't even care if that's not the person that brought you in. You want to see people win. You want to see people win, even if they in another state. You know, you got to start thinking like that, y'all. Y'all got to understand, everybody on this card that you look at, you one day, everybody should be a millionaire. Everybody should be having each other's back. Everybody should be able to tell somebody something and feed knowledge into them. Because what you're doing is really breathing life. You don't know what people have been through on this call. And I looked around at everybody that was sitting beside me. Everybody had a story. Everybody wanted to know, what's your why? What's your reason for joining this business? Who recruited you? And I said, you know what? I've recruited myself. It's a crazy story. But then I started talking about certain things I had been through. And, you know, we sitting up there and Miss Bernie, she was talking about her experience, but she was knocking it kind of. And I said, no, I want her to tell you about her run. I want you to tell you what she went through when she was making her run to RVP. Because, you know, some people think because it took people a quick minute to become regional vice president, it took them a while, that is not, it's not as meaningful. No, it's very meaningful, because your journey, even though it was longer than mine, to me, it means a lot, because that's what's going to keep me going when I feel like quitting. Miss Bernie had a stroke. I don't even know if y'all know Miss Bernie. She had a stroke when she made her run. She was in the hospital bed, still trying to do stuff. You know, but we let the minor things stop us from reaching our dreams. She already knew what she wanted. She was hungry for it, and she didn't give up. Y'all have to do the same. If you're hungry for this, if you want this opportunity, you can't give up on yourself. When you're tired, when you're complaining, stop complaining. I'm telling y'all, they talked about bitter. I wrote it down. Being bitter means you are a quitter. If you're walking around and you're bitter and you're talking about your job and you're talking about the field training, you're talking about all the experiences that you just ain't doing right, you're a quitter. And you know what? For me, I feel like at some point, because I was tired during my first year, and this reminded me of something. I said, you got to enjoy the process. You got to enjoy everything that you are doing, and know that you're gonna make mistakes, because there was mistakes that I made, and I was like, man, I'm so angry. Yeah, that's how it be. Like, I'm talking to myself. And you got to have a vent partner. You do. But it has to be somebody that understands exactly what you're going through. And for me, that meant a lot. Being in a room with people that were on my same level, because everybody in there were regional vice presidents. There were people that had become regional vice president in December 2019, didn't go to MIT because of the pandemic. And so it was 2019 to 2020. We were the largest class. It was 300 and something of us. Right? And so just being there and being able to talk about things, they say, just get it off your chest, and then keep it moving, pick it back up and keep going. Don't make yourself bitter, because you're going to become a quitter. And live by a philosophy. Everybody on this call should have a philosophy. Don't be all over the place and not have a philosophy, because they said the worst thing than having a philosophy that no one else understands is not even having a philosophy at all. My philosophy is the deal rule. Y'all heard me say it before. Don't ever allow yourself to lose. Deal. Keep pushing and keep going. You know, just like I made it to regional vice president, y'all, I will make it to senior vice president. I'm going to make sure that I focus on the people that I do have. I'm going to love on my people. And I'm going to make sure that I go out and I get some more people, because somebody out there is praying for me, just like I was praying for Nicholas and Rahima Bracey. And they just did not know. 30 days to be exact is when I ran into him in that parking lot. And so I see everything that I want. I imagine myself being on that stage. I'm hungry for it. And I always say, I will never, you know what keeps me going? I will never allow myself to be in the position where I have anything less than $50 in my account. Because it was, when I was praying, I had $20 in my account. No, it was $10, because Chandrika tell you she on the call. $10, because I used to tell this story. I had $5 for a bag of dog food and $5 to put in my tank. And that was March 2019. And that's when I said I'm at my lowest point, God, and I'm tired. So I don't ever want to go back that direction. I never want to be there again. I never want that. And you always remember your lowest. And I talked to somebody from Tennessee before I got on the plane yesterday, and she was in the business, and we exchanged information. Said when you've been to your lowest and you know you deserve better, you're never going to go back to it. And so being around people, like-minded individuals, is what actually opened up my eyes this weekend. And I love it. I'm so thankful for it. Each trip, like I said, gets gooder and gooder. But now, what are you going to do? They asked us, what kind of RVP are you going to be? But what kind of agent are you going to be? What kind of district leader are you going to be? What kind of senior representative are you going to be? What kind of division leader are you going to be? And what kind of regional leader are you going to be? What are you going to be? You have to make the decision. You have to make the choice. Are you going to be the distributor? Are you going to build a team where your distribution, are you going to build something that you can leave behind? Are you going to do something that's going to make a difference in not just your life? Because it's not about you. It's about the people. Are you going to build something in the lives of others, y'all? Are you going to feed life into people? Are you going to be the reason why when somebody's parent dies, you have helped them? You sat down a year before. I just told somebody not that long ago, I said, I never lost a client. I just lost my first client this summer. And within the year, they were paid out. That was an agent on my team. I had never experienced that. I've never had that. And they had a child. I remember sitting down and going over their policy and putting that stuff together and going through the DOMS calculation. Y'all got to think about that. You have to think about the things and how they're going to help the people. You're impacting lives each and every day. You're changing somebody. You're putting them in a better situation. We're in the business of blessing others. That's a part of my mission statement, being in the business of blessing others, changing lives, promoting leaders. I talk about all that in my mission statement. And we're here, y'all. We're here. Okay, so some of the stuff I've said, Nick, I feel like I've said a lot. Some of the stuff came from my heart because it's you hear something come from different people, and as you reflect, you apply it to yourself. You're like, you know what? I'm tripping. Like, there's no reason why everybody, honestly, on this call can't get direct 5 to 10 people a month. Really, it's no reason. There's no reason why we can't at least do 3 by 3. Because coming in the door as a rep, when I became senior rep, I said, Nick, I'm gonna do 3 by 3. I didn't even know the rule. Like, I didn't know people think like that, the 3 by 3, 3 recruits, 3 by 1,000, 3 by 3,000. I didn't know. I just came in, I said it to them. Hey, each month, my goal is to do 3 by 3, and then once I did 3 by 3, I said, I need to increase my goal in my mind. I didn't tell him that. I said, well, I may have said that, but I said, if I don't reach that, I'm still going to do 3 by 3,000. They talked about doing 3 by 3,000 on that stage. That 3 by 3,000 turns into something. It can turn into 3 by 3,000. Imagine you doing 3 by 3,000 then the next people believe the same thing that you believe. They're going to do 3 by 3,000. They're aiming for that. And you as the person bringing them in, you as the field trainer, you're making sure that each of those individuals do 3 by 3,000, right? So 3 people bringing in 3 by 3,000. That's some money, right? That's some premium coming from different places. And so you have to make sure that y'all are recruiting, y'all. It goes back to recruiting. Everything goes back to recruiting. Everything. Recruiting was talked about. They talked about it like every single minute, every single hour. Recruit, recruit, recruit. If you're not comfortable recruiting, then you got to start somewhere, because the more you try, the more comfortable you'll be, the more it becomes a part of your everyday conversation. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop talking, Nick. I'm thankful that you did give me the opportunity to talk.
Wait a minute. Can y'all?
Exception program to where my business did move faster. It took me 17 months, right, to be a regional vice president. And so my securities license, by the time I came as regional vice president, I went ahead and I got my license within 4 months. But as I was doing that, I was still building during that same time. And it's difficult. And that's why when I say, you know what, I forgot how much fun I'm supposed to be having, because I was doing a whole lot. But y'all, it's a perk behind that. You become a regional vice president, there's a such thing as an equity program that you do receive. You don't just receive it, your uplines receive it as well. Stay connected to your uplines. And I'm not trying to be all over the place, but stay connected to your uplines, because they did talk about that. They say you should be connected to your uplines at least 50% of the time. And the more you're connected to them, even when you become a regional vice president, the more you will be successful, the more your business will explode. My business exploded early on because I was very connected. I was very connected to my upline. You know, I was very thankful, still am very thankful. There's so much that I don't know. There's so much that I am learning each and every day. And I'm just, like I said, I'm very thankful. But if you're not connected, if your upline is reaching out to you and messaging you and you don't message back, honestly, we're not in the position of chasing people, you know, and they talked about that. You don't chase people. You simply love on your people and you keep it going. And you do what? You go get more people. So if those people that you're reaching out to is not replying, they're not responding to you, and you've tried, love on them. But go get more people, y'all. Go get them. Don't sit around and wait, y'all. So I just want to say that, Nick, but remember, y'all, have the vision, write it down, make it plain, believe in it. Make sure you have the work ethic to back it up, because we already know faith without works is dead. And I know I told myself coming in 2019, faith without works is dead. If I want something, I got to go get it. I got to work for it. So as I'm working for it, I got to get out my house. Now I got to get out my comfort zone, because what I've let hold me back is fear this entire time, because when I did have COVID, so I had a fear. But just like I could slap that mask on and go to Florida twice and then go to Atlanta, I'm going to slap that mask on and get out there and do some more recruiting. So work ethics and then discipline. How often are you actually logging into your back office? Those of you that are licensed, are you doing that each and every day? If you're doing it once a week, something's wrong. You know, how disciplined are you with learning your craft? Do you know how to do the presentation without your upline or field trainer actually stepping in? If you don't, why aren't you recording yourself? Why aren't you learning that? You have to be disciplined in your craft. If you can give 125,000%, I'm gonna say that for somebody else, your employer, then why are you not doing that for yourself? You know, like I said, if I used to leave my job at 8, 9 o'clock at night, because I used to leave by 8 o'clock. So I'm exaggerating on the 9. I used to leave about 7:45 from my job and be the last one with the janitors. If I can do that for them, why I can't do that for myself? Why? The only person I'm hindering is myself. The only person I'm holding back is myself. So you gotta make up your mind, and you gotta say it's time out for that. It's time out. It's time out for the complaining. I don't want to hear you complain, honestly, if you're not doing what you need to do. So make a difference, y'all. Make a change within your life, within yourself. Do what you need to do and step up. Everybody can go to MIT. I want to see it to where everybody goes to MIT. Millionaires in Training, everybody needs to experience that. Everybody needs to be able to go through something that they never thought that they would be in and be with people in the room that, wow, like you can't even imagine it unless you're there. But why not? Why can't you do it? If I can do it, you can. Kim Lewis, if I can do it, you can. Sean, if I can do it, you can. Miss Jackie, if I can do it, you can. Y'all were in that stadium with me back at that convention center in 2019. If I can do it, you can. Danielle Frazier, you right up on my screen. If I can do it, you can. From the most seasoned person on this call to the newest person, if I can do it, Montre Porter, so can you. If I can do it, Gaynell Lewis Smith, so can you. You can do it. Marquis, you got it, bruh. You on the right track. You can do it. You know, and so I'm just gonna stop y'all. Nick, I can go on all night because it don't get any better than this, y'all. The love that we get within this hierarchy, within this base shop, you're not gonna get it anywhere else. And I know where I'm at is the right place. The people that on this call, we pray for each other. We're a family. And when I sat in that conference room, I said, you know what, man, we love on each other. This business, the way that our base shop was, now it's a hierarchy. We are in the business of building people up and lifting people up and touching lives and changing each other. And that's what we do. And that's why I love this. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. And so what are you? Y'all make that change. Make it fast. Because what they said, if you're not in the place where you need to be now, when you go home, you got time to do something different. You have time to change it right there. At any minute, your business can change for the better. But if you're not doing what you need to do, like I said, recruit, teach, and develop, you're not going to be successful, y'all. And so I know I've said all a few times, I'm handing over. I'm serious now. I love you. Let's go get it done. You know, I feel like our uplines, Nick and Rahima, they deserve it. They deserve to be senior vice presidents. You know, we're not stopping there. National sales director is right around the corner because I know BWalk gonna do what she needs to do. But who else on this call is gonna do what they need to do? Make up your mind and make it up fast and make it up now because you deserve it. Your kids deserve it. Your family deserve it. All right, Nick.
Man. Hey, hey, that woman got a preacher in her. Oh,
yes, you do, baby.
You got a preacher in you. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
that was amazing, Benicia.
That's my RVP.
That's my sister. Yes.
So awesome.
My
so
sister.
amazing. Hey, let me tell you something. If that don't motivate you to go RVP just so you can get to MIT, and so you can get that, like, so you can get that what she got, I don't know what can motivate you. Yeah, the money is amazing at RVP. You gonna get 15,000 worth of Primerica stock when you go RVP. You're gonna be part of the leadership team, and you're gonna get a chance to have the best shot at winning all the Primerica contests and trips and being able to build something and have ownership and all. But man, just being able to be in a room full of that she ain't have to pay nothing. Man, I mean, Primerica flew her to Atlanta, put her up in a hotel. Man, dude, they shut down the Atlanta Aquarium for them and put on a whole event. I mean, food, entertainment, all that type of stuff, just all a part of this whole MIT event. And man, and then she was telling me, I was like, sis, you got to talk to the people, man. I mean, because it was emotional. And it took me back to when I went to MIT. You just really can't, you try your best to recreate it and share, but it's just something that you got to see and witness for yourself. Now, here's some great news. You got Coach Fowler, Andre Fowler. She's going to be going to MIT here in the next, few weeks. So her time is coming. She's going in November. And she's going to be able to come back and give it to y'all, man. And so we're in for a double treat with that, guys. Double treat with that. And so what I want to do is
real quick, Nick, I'm sorry, just real quick. Hey, y'all, so what I did forget to mention was take advantage of the referral system, because that's something that honestly, if you're not doing, you need to do when you're on those appointments. I did talk about the family tree and asking those questions about if something was to happen to you, your car broke down, who would you call? But one thing that we probably need to, well, ain't no problem. One thing that you need to take advantage of more so is the emergency contacts, the beneficiary, because what you have to think about it as, if you get those names, and I'm guilty of doing it because I want to go back to making sure that I have that like written into something to where I take advantage of that. So you're reaching out to their beneficiaries because you're going to present the beneficiary certificate for those seasoned people on the call. You already do it, you know, but when you get on those calls with the other people, then you're asking them for referrals. After you, of course, you're going to end up closing business with those individuals. There's a high chance of that, but also you're going to get referrals from them. So it keeps on going. So that's something that I was like, man, that's a whole, because it's still in my warm market. I've done business with a family member that they know. And so because I've sat down and done business, closed business with them, they're going to be more likely to get something with me because they trust that, because they're seeing what it is. So take advantage of that. If you're not taking advantage of that, also make sure to put that in place. So I need to say that, and it keeps continuing on because it's the referrals. It keeps going on. And I know we've talked about it, but I've been guilty of not doing that in myself personally. And so I have to go back and I say, you know what, I gotta go do all that. So if you have not, and you have your life and not life manager, your client management, or your active clients are, go in and contact them. If you don't have the beneficiaries information, hey, make them phone calls, get it in place, get that premium that you need. And also on the back end, if not, you can get somebody on your team through that. Because you can ask them, you know, how much you think I made off of this policy? We know that on the back end, if you're going in like that, if you do the premium up front. But I'm just saying that is something that we must start doing if you're not doing it. So I had to say that because I had it written down. I looked to the left and it was something that was really big and on my mind, because that's something that they kept restating as well.
All right, fantastic, sis. Thank you for that. Putting the icing on top of the cake with your recap. We're so excited and happy for you and just the direction that your business is going. We know that coming off an event like that, you don't come out at the same. And so what I want to encourage everybody, because we're going to go ahead and wrap up here in the next few minutes. But man, I wanted to let you all know that, and just remind you, because I already know you know this, you know, the God we serve has no respect of person. You know what I'm saying? You know, what he's doing in, you know, Coach BWalk's life and Coach Fowler's life and Raheem and I's life, these things are not just reserved for us. They're not just reserved for us. Man, this opportunity and the fruits of this opportunity is available for everybody. Is available for everybody. And you guys heard me talk about, hey man, it needs to be open door season, right? You know, and all that good stuff. And you know, we're open to the possibility of more money, more freedom, more options, and more all that stuff right there. But do we really believe that? Do we really believe that? Are we really open to those things? You know, because if you're going to experience those things, you have to have the ability to be able to see those things before they actually come to fruition in your life. Raise your hand if you believe what I'm saying. If you believe what I'm saying. I'm telling you right now that wherever you live, wherever you have, whatever you're experiencing in your life right now, that you got there and you got those things because you first saw it in your mind. Let me tell you something. I'm in an office chair right now. You're probably sitting in a chair, or you're sitting on a sofa, or you're sitting on an ottoman, or whatever you sitting on, right? You might be in your car. You in a car seat right now. Let me give you something, man. Listen to this. Whatever you're sitting on, it started in the imagination of a man and a woman first. It started in the imagination of a man or a woman first, whatever you're sitting on. And guess what? From that imagination, they were able to build it and manifest itself. And now you sitting on it. Now we sitting on it. And just like we trying to sit on something like a business, come on, man, y'all got to feel me on this. And you're trying to build something that you can rest on, you got to build it first in your mind. You got to build it first in your mind. I know that you want to keep the door open, y'all. And I'm going to share this real quick and we're going to be done. We talking about open the door to more money, Montre, more freedom, more opportunity, more prosperity. And all prosperity is more responsibility. You can't have prosperity without more responsibility. And Coach BWalk talked about that, being a leader in this business, being a distributor, you know what I'm saying? Being a builder and not just a distributor of the product, man. I mean, you can't just be a salesperson, man. You got to build a team here, right? But what we need to open the door up to right now in this hour, in this season that we're in, we need to open up the door to more certainty, right? We need more certainty. You need to know that you know that you know that this is where you need to be, right? And so this is the whole certainty cycle, right? You know, you have potential, you have action, you have results, and you have belief. You have potential, you have actions, you have results, and you have belief. We all come to Primerica with potential. Man, we have unlimited potential here. Coach BWalk was just in a room full of leaders. Man, that some of them were at $600,000 in income. Some of them were at $60,000 in income. Some of them were at $20,000 in income, right? So the potential is unlimited. You got somebody, I mean, it was a guy that talked to you guys on Monday out of I think Atlanta or Georgia somewhere. This guy became $1 million earner in like 2-3 years in the company. Like the potential is unlimited here. But how much of that potential do we tap into, Sean? How much are we tapping into, right? So because the potential that we have, right? It really starts with our belief. The belief that we have, that we come to Primerica with, that we start to develop over time, that determines how much potential that we tap into. See, if your belief level is low, you're not going to tap into a lot of potential, Kim Jones. If you don't think that Primerica is really just kind of one of those, if you think it's one of those things, you think it might be something that might be able to make a few extra dollars. I don't know if this is really real. And you got a lot of questions and all of that. You're not going to tap into a lot of potential. But if you're a person that your belief level is high, you say, man, I've seen enough. I've heard enough. I know that this is an opportunity for me. And I know that this is where God wants me to be. Then you're going to tap into more potential. See, here's the deal. A lot of times people will look at a Montre Porter and say, how is she having all that success early? Just like they looked at a Coach BWalk when she first came in. How is she just coming here and tapping in and, you know, and winning all the recognition? She's only been here for 3 months. She's only been here. How is she doing that? You know why she did that? And why there's certain people that are doing that? Because they came here with a high belief that it can work for them, and they tapped into more of their potential. That's all it is. It's not that they're more special than you, that they're more skilled than you or anything like that. No, it's just that their belief level was high coming in through the door. They didn't question a lot, and they believed that, hey, man, all these sports, I believe I deserve this stuff, and y'all gonna show me how to go get it. I'm gonna tap into all the potential that I got, more than the next person who might come through the door questioning, and they get the results. Because guess what? Your belief leads to the potential, and guess what? The potential tapping you had tap into leads to your actions. See, when you're tapping into more potential because your belief is high, you're going to take more action, Super J. And when you take more actions, guess what you're going to get, Auntie? You're going to get more results. And when you get more results, what does that do to your belief? It takes your belief through the roof. I guarantee you right now, if you talk to somebody like a Montre Porter, her belief level is high. You know why? Because she's tapped into her potential. She took massive action. She's gotten results, and it's fed gay nail right into her belief. And guess what? It's a self-perpetuating thing that's going to keep going, and that if she does not quit, she can become one of the new regional vice presidents in the hierarchy. Y'all ain't hearing me. But she's no different than you. You're no different than Coach BWalk. You're no different than us. All it is, guys, is that we tapped into our belief. which led us to tap into more potential, to take more action, to get more results, and that fed it. But you know what? It can work in a self-defeating way as well. See, if you come in here with low belief and you don't work on that belief, you're not going to tap into a lot of your potential. And guess what happens when you don't tap into a lot of your potential? You don't take a lot of action. Y'all ain't hearing me. And when you don't take a lot of action, you don't get a lot of results, Sean. You don't get a lot of results. And when you don't get a lot of results, these are the thoughts you have in your mind about Primerica. See, I told you this thing don't work. I told you it don't work. Man, it's just one of them things, man. I mean, I'm just wasting my money. I mean, they charging me 25. I'm paying Primerica to be, I ain't made a dime yet. And I'm paying 25. See, this is the thoughts that you start having. And guess what? It just feeds into it. Now you tapping into even less potential. You taking less actions, getting less results. Your belief level is going down the tubes. And before you know it, you quit. And we wonder about what happened to so-and-so. What happened to them? This, that, and the other. I'll tell you what happened. They got into the death loop in Primerica. Now, I know some of you guys might be thinking, well, Nick, if it's all about my belief, how can I change my belief? I'm here to tell you right now, it's an inside-out job. It's an inside-out job. You yourself have to work on your belief, just like it said in the scripture, that David had to stand up on the inside. You got to do the same thing, right? You got to visualize. If you don't have a vision board, you need to get one. You need to put something out there for you to visualize what you want your life to look like. You got to make daily affirmations about what you want to experience in your Primerica business and in your life. Guys, this isn't just, Hokies type dog. This stuff is real. This is the stuff that Rahima and I did. This is the stuff that Coach BWalk did. When I met her, she had this Bible. When I first came over to her house, she was like, Nick, I don't invite a whole bunch of people to the Batwoman cave, right? And I'm like, man, I appreciate it, dog. So she like, if y'all know that line from Love Jones, you lucky I ain't knock you out with some spray before you came up in here, right? And so, but I sat at her dining room table, and she showed me. She said, Nick, I keep my goals and my aspirations in my Bible. And I said, man, that is so powerful. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's an accident that she's experiencing the level of success that she's having. I know that Andre has a vision board. Man, Rahima put out there on GroupMe, Quee holding his vision board. See, these are the people that are experiencing the greatness in Primerica. But somewhere along the line, you may have been doing it at one point, but somewhere along the line, you may have stopped doing it. I'm here to tell you right now, it's time to start sowing them seeds again. It's time to start activating that belief, turning on that dream machine and visualizing it again, because why? You deserve it, family. You deserve it. Stand up on the inside. Pick that belief up. Pick it up, because your family is dependent on you. You the one. You the one. Y'all know what the one question that caused me, and this is facts. This is the one question that caused me to join Primerica. Because a lot of y'all don't know my story. I didn't join Primerica, Gaynell, when it first was introduced to me. I told them folks, I told Negroes I was going to pray about it. I gave them the Christian no. That's what I told them. Yeah, but I said, man, let me pray about it, right? And if anybody ever tell y'all they're going to go pray about it, that's basically the Christian no that they done told y'all. Because they ain't about to go pray about nothing. They just don't know how to tell you no. I did it. But the question came to me, and this is what caused me to really pull the trigger and join Primerica. The person who recruited me into the business. And I want to ask this question. You guys, I know y'all in Primerica, but are you in Primerica? And is Primerica in you? This is the question I want to ask you. You ain't probably the oldest in your family. You maybe not be the youngest in your family. You might be the oldest or youngest, whatever the case may be. You probably one of the go-to people in your family. Am I right or am I right? Shake your head yes if you one of the go-to people in your family. If all hell break loose and things is happening and stuff like that, you one of the main people that's getting called, or getting on the conference call to make sure that stuff goes right, that things are getting planned properly. Am I right or am I right? Raise your hand if you're the go-to person in your family. Look at the gallery. Look at the gallery. Yeah, and y'all think y'all here by accident. Look at the gallery. Keep your hand up. Keep your hand up. If you one of the go-to people, if not the go-to person in your family, I know I'm one. I'm not the oldest, I'm not the youngest, but I'm the go-to person in my family. I'm the person that my mom and daddy talk about real stuff with, right? So she asked me, she said, you're not the oldest in your family, Nick, you're not the youngest in your family, but I know you're the go-to person in your family. If you don't do Primerica and build a business and go win, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? And I said, you know what, you're right. Because the generation before me, they didn't get the job done. They did the best they could with what they had. And I'll be crazy now that the responsibility is falling on me if I don't get the job done and not push it to the generation after me. Y'all ain't hearing me. See, it's gonna stop with me. See, we gonna go win. We gonna go get the job done, and we gonna change our family tree forever. But see, you don't even know, you ain't even accepted the assignment yet. You ain't even accepted the assignment yet. See, you ducking the assignment, right? It's no different than one of what a John's disciple came, rolled up on Jesus and said, hey man, are you the one we've been looking for, or shall we look for another? Are you the one? And man, Jesus didn't get offended. He said, look, man, what's the evidence showing you? What's the evidence showing you? It's evident that I'm the one. And so if you think you're the one, if you accepted the assignment, you say, Nick, I want to accept the assignment. Let it be evident. Let it be evident that you're the one. And let's all go get free, go get paid, and build fantastical generational wealth for our family. See, this opportunity just ain't reserved for Coach BWalk or Coach Fowler. Man, this is for all of us. And we want everybody to have that experience. But we can't do it for you. Man, we got to get after it. So thank you so much, Coach BWalk, for sharing that love, sharing that energy on tonight's call. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not inspired to go get after it, I don't know what will do it for you, man. And so with that being said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over a couple of quick important announcements, and then we're going to go ahead and close out. Are y'all excited, man? Give me some feedback and let me know how y'all feeling, man, just based on what she shared with you guys. Man, talk to me, man. Y'all can come off mute. It's all good.
That was some great information, and I am super pumped. Congratulations, Coach BWalk.
Thank you. Who was that? Thank you. I'm sorry.
That was Danielle Frazier.
All right, Danielle. Thank you, Danielle.
I'm real pumped. The information was really great, and congratulations to you. This is Audrey.
Thank you, Audrey.
Congratulations,
proud
Coach
of you,
BWalk.
y'all. Sorry.
You keep on doing it, girl.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, congratulations, Benicia. I'm just fortunate, blessed that Gay Nell, again, that's my story, thought enough to me to invite me to this business, that I'm able to be a part of your team, y'all team, and the grind with you guys. Like, I feel like I'm part of Superstars.
Man, you are. You definitely part of some superstars. Absolutely. Hey, Ms. Ruth, I know you've been trying to jump in there. Go and jump in there real quick, Ms. Ruth.
Now, I just want to tell her congratulations. And that word it was a message. And it's hard to follow people that are not excited about what they're doing. So for her to be as excited and as pumped up as she is, she'll be able to train all of us that's on Blessed Dynasty and get us to where we need to be. So way to go, BWalk. You did an awesome job. God bless you.
Thank you. Hey, and everybody on the call, that's my aunt too. I want y'all to know that.
Oh.
Yeah, and so what she just said, if you're not excited about it, no one else is gonna be excited. And they mentioned that several times. If you're not excited, who's gonna be excited? You know, and so Montre, you are a superstar. You did join a team of superstars. You
But you
part
are
of
the superstar. Yeah.
that. You're a superstar. But this Prove It movement hierarchy, yeah, you joined a team of superstars, right? And so remember, Blessed Dynasty was birthed out of this base shop that turned into hierarchy. So yeah, everybody on this call is a superstar. So, but thank you so much.
Well, thank you for your gift first and foremost, and thank you for going out and bringing us back information. It was helpful to me, for me just being a new member to Primerica, and I appreciate you. And I'm on Miss Mayfield's team, but if I could jump on your live and learn more from you so I could be better at the business that I just signed up to do, thank you.
Listen, I'm telling you this, Kim Parker, you are on the best team. Because Sister Mayfield, I'm telling you, look, don't look no further. Because everything that I know, everything that came out of my mouth, she believes that down to her toes.
Yes, she does.
She's in this
Yes, she
business
does.
for a reason. Her belief level is high. She's very knowledgeable. Honestly, I call Miss May. I can't call her Miss May. I don't ever call her Miss May. I call Sister Jackie. We call each other cousins. I ain't calling you auntie.
I think she's gonna get on me because I still be saying Miss Mayfield, Miss Mayfield, Miss Mayfield.
But I'm telling you, you're in the right place. You know, your field trainer is amazing. She knows all the information. But just know, like Nick said, if Benicia Walker can do it, so can you. You know, when I came through the door, I had experienced something and I said I was never going to go back to. And I just made sure I plugged into my coach, and everything that he taught me, I listened to. Even when I didn't want to, I still did it. You know, if he said do a backflip, I would have tried. I wouldn't have been able to do it. But I did what he asked me to do, you know, and so just remain coachable and plug in and never feel like you're bothering your field trainer too much.
Right.
Like I have people that apologize. Like don't apologize. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's my job. Like I'm supposed to make sure that I'm in here now to build you up. Like I say, everybody belongs at the top. So, but you're on an amazing team, I'm telling you, because even where I'm at, I talked to Miss Jackie a lot of times. So
yeah, I told her today, one of the people that I put down to sign up as to get on my team, she was like, oh my God, Corey's gonna be upset. I said, why would he be upset? She's like, because he's trying to get me to join him and he's slacking, he's not doing nothing. I said, okay, well, tell your brother, if he don't step up his game, he gonna lose you because I already got you because you talking to me now.
Well, she over there clapping, and so go ahead, girl. So that's a good thing. But you're in the right team as well, you know. And that's what I said earlier. We're all family, so we're all here for each other. And just use somebody's story as a motivator. You know, like I said, like everything I saw this weekend, it just maximized my belief level. Like I said, they can do it, I can do it, and just like I can do it, you can do it. Andrea can do it, you can do it. Nick and Rahima, you can do it. He just said that. So yeah. And yeah, okay. You're welcome. I'm sorry, but thank you as well.
Man, so much.
I just thought it was impactful, Benicia. So Aurora, you just did an outstanding job, but it was good and motivating and inspiring for the rest of us as well. And so that's so important to hear your story and to hear how you really had this impact from the millionaires in the business. And it really just solidifies what it's been said every week, how, you know, everyone supports everyone in this business. As part of my presentation, I'm always telling them that this business is like no other. Everyone is always lifting each other up. What we really don't experience in business or even in overall in, you know, our circumstances and in the world, right? But we are really loving on one another and having you share with us and realizing the passion that you have, and we can identify with what you're saying. It just really gives us the inspiration and the motivation we need to just, you know, spring forth and do what we need to do. And I just thank you. I think you're an outstanding woman, woman of God. And you're always, you know, loving on us and sharing with us. And I love your passion. And when you get emotional, it just really brings out a whole lot in, I think, in all of us, because we can really feel it. So I thank you. Just keep being you, keep doing what you do, and keep sharing with us. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Ms. Roz. You know that meant a lot. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And I can't thank you enough because you the mama of the team. So thank you. And I appreciate you.
I wanted to say, little sis, I am always ever so proud of you. And as Roz was talking, all I kept hearing was the Primerica prophet. So I want to thank you for speaking truth and life over all of us, every week. And Andrea as well as our RVPs. And Nick, you and Raheem are just amazing. But Benicia, I actually had the pleasure to watch Monday, and I got to see you, and I got to see the fire that was coming through that screen. So when I heard that you were going to speak tonight, I was literally on the edge of my seat. So I just thank you for literally, it was like a fire that was coming through the screen. And I just want to thank you for being used, because that's what's happening. God is using you to ignite an entire team alongside of our NSDs, Nick and Rima Bracey. Like that's what's happening. So I'm calling you the Primerica prophet. And I thank you for being used, because you are being used of God. That's what's happening. God called, he singled, like Nick said, that he has no respect of persons. But in this season, in this time, you're being used because there's a lot of dormant places in the hearts of some of us in this Prove It movement. And God is using you to ignite the fire, to turn on the lights, to pull the light switch, to turn on the oven, to turn on the stuff, fire it up. The Bible says, stir up the gifts that's on the inside. And he's using you, the Primerica prophet of Prove It movement. And I want to thank you. Thank you, little sis. I love you tons. You know that.
I love you, Ms. Jackie. Y'all, that's my prayer warrior for me. So she's helped me through a whole lot of stuff. And so that relationship, we're real close, and I appreciate that. I can't let Quee sit on here quiet, because y'all call Quee, he'll say some prayers for me as well. So Quee as well. And so I appreciate that. And I do ask God to use me in this business. A lot has changed and has awoken in me, period. And so I know that, and I know God is still working on me, continues to work on me. And so I know the more and more you tell your story, because it's like God tells me, the more and more you tell your story, the more and more you remember, the more and more I bless you. So if you're hiding what you've been through and where you come from, God can't elevate you to the next level. You're too ashamed of what he's brought you through. And I'm not ashamed. So, but before I got on in this team, Nick could tell you I wouldn't tell my business. I told him to stop telling my business. I don't need no one knowing my business. But now I don't care. I tell it. I'm very vocal because I know God has brought me through. I can help somebody else get through something, and so that's what I'm on a mission to make sure that I'm not just doing this business just for money. I'm not in this business just for the money, just like I wasn't teaching for the money. I was doing it because I loved what I did. I love what I do with this. and I can relate to this. I had a mother, like everybody knows, who was 5 months pregnant with me. I am that child that if I would have been birthed into my biological father, I say that because I have a father that raised me since I was 3, but he died at 33, y'all. People are young, they passed away. There wasn't any life insurance. It was like $8,000. How is going to take care of 3 kids that's already there and 1 on the way? So when I talk to people, I tell them those stories. And so I ask God to use me and help me to never be ashamed of what I've been through, where I've come from, those family experiences, because it's going to be a blessing to someone else. And I always ask God, allow me to be a blessing to someone else as they're a blessing to me. That's what I want to do. And honestly, I feel like that's where Blessed Dynasty came from, the name. And then Benicia means blessed one. And those things just fall into place. And so that's what I want to do, is continue doing what I'm doing for the people. So I appreciate you, Miss Jackie, and everybody on this call. I know it's going to take a long time, Nick, so I don't want everybody to say something. I ain't trying to cry tonight. So I love y'all. And I'm glad that you were able to use some of this stuff. I mean, if you want to call me and get some more stuff, because this stuff I didn't even get into, because I feel like when we write down certain things and pointers that we want, sometimes God has a different way of bringing other stuff out. And so that's kind of what happened, because I had pages of stuff I wanted to say. I didn't even get to mention, y'all. Just stuff kind of I pulled out. So, but all right. I love everybody on the
Can I say something? I'll be real quick. So I just want to say that I'm so proud of you, and I'm getting teary-eyed a little bit to see you from the beginning to where you are now. I'm very, very proud of you. And it's just like, I started last year, and you had to push me to get going. I started off good, but then I kind of fell back because I'm working on something else right now. I like to focus on stuff. And like she said, you put everything into your work for somebody else. I used to fall asleep with my computer. I'm a school counselor, working, doing everything, providing for my students. But now I'm falling asleep. I got a proven movement. I'm reading, I got my manual. I'm reading about, insurance. Like, I'm online, I'm researching, I'm calling, I'm texting my sister, asking questions. I'm all in. And just seeing her, I asked for her, and she's been a blessing to me since she came into this world. I went to school undergrad. She went to school undergrad. I was teaching. She went to grad school. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to school with my sister. We graduated together, and she's been pulling me in. And I'm all in now. And there's no turning back. And Montre came on, and she doesn't give herself the credit that she deserves. She just, she started, and she's propelling me to do better. And my sister is pushing me to do better. Like she said, I think we listened to someone a few weeks ago. They said, each one teach one. I think it was Benicia or her husband. We got to be in this together. If we get together in it and pull each other up to where we need to be, there's no limit to what we can accomplish together. So I just wanted to say I'm proud of you. Happy to be a part. You're my sister. And I love you. And I'm excited about, what's ahead. I'm excited.
Wow.
But they didn't want me to come out mute. They didn't want me to come
man, I was about to say, you got to say something.
Yeah, because y'all heard that little emotional, like, when I'm talking, how my voice sounds. So y'all heard that too. So I had to come off the mic because, my sister prayed for a little sister. And so I am the youngest child. There's two brothers in between. She was praying for me, and I used to carry me on her side so as a little child. And so I am hard on her because, like I've said before, I know what we can be, like the potential where God can take us. I don't want anything less for anybody in my family. And so I want us to be able to tap into something we've never seen before. But why do it alone? Why can't we do it together? And so that's what I want. I want it for all my friends. I want it for all my family. I want it for Constance so bad. I want you to believe in yourself. Tap into who you are, Constance, because you're an amazing individual. You're an amazing person. You're on this call, and I know you want to say something, but you can't right now. But tap into it, sis. You're fully licensed. And it's people in your neighborhood that are waiting on you to knock on their door. It's people in that phone. Just tap into it. Because you're going to be $1 million earner. We all going to be at that top. So Creta B. Don't sit on that license. The people at A-Leaf ISD, they're running you crazy just like they ran me crazy. And I was crying. I was actually crying a few times. But just like you can be. You belong on that stage too. The mouth that you got on you. What you can tell people, what you've been through, think about your baby. Like, baby Greg deserves everything that you can give him. Like, everything. Like, I remember when they talk about the person pulling up at McDonald's back at the AALC, you ought to be able to order them everything. Anything you want. I know when the twins come, they're going to get everything, right? But I appreciate that, Gaynell. I appreciate you. One thing that's very important, and I appreciate you joining me in business. Like, that's the best thing. The best feeling in the world is to look around and have family members on board. Tina is on board. My Ruth on board. Like, it's not like having people that care, love you, that you can really, really like look at each other and be like, man, I want to see all this go to like the top. Even brother-in-law there, Robert, that's what we call him. He's out, he at work, but he's still tapped in. And he's like being a recruiting machine lately. He's listened. And so I just want to say I love all y'all. I'm not trying to make this a speech tonight, but y'all must have knew my anniversary was coming up because it's actually tomorrow. October 13th is the day I became regional vice president in the system. And that's when it counts. So y'all must have known. Nick, did you know that? You knew this was gonna go down like this?
Man,
I'm playing, but I love y'all.
It was great timing. Amen. Amen. And thank you guys so much for just your comments and the love. Y'all know that's just how we roll, guys. I mean, that's the beauty of our organization. That's who we are. That's who we have. We just naturally roll like that, man. And so we're going to celebrate your success. We're going to celebrate you and your success because you deserve that. You deserve nothing but the best. Couple of quick announcements, guys, then we're going to get out of here. You know, it's all out October. Hey, real big announcement. Look at this. We're rescheduling the grand opening. I know that you've probably RSVP'd for some of the people for this Friday. This is what we're doing. We're going to reschedule the grand opening because, man, it was just, you know, not to get into a lot of the details, we just wanted to make sure that we could maximize the output. I know Coach BWalk and her family, they have a funeral out of town. And part of the grand opening was to celebrate really the new regional vice presidents and them opening up their office and also inviting new teammates out. So we just want to make sure we maximize all of that. If we're fragmented and some people are there, some people are not, it just doesn't squeeze all the juice out of it. But what we're going to do, we're going to make it more of a holiday party. More details coming later, but put it on your calendar now. We're rescheduling the grand opening. It's going to be Friday, December the 17th. Friday, December the 17th. So I know you got to say things a few times for people to catch it. I don't want anybody showing up to the office this Friday for the grand opening. The grand opening is being rescheduled, pushed back to Friday, December the 17th. That is the new date for the grand opening. Spread the word. We'll put it out there on the team group me so everybody can see that, right? We are having it. We're just going to push it back. It's going to be more of a holiday theme party. It's going to be amazing. And so the food, still same food, fellowship, fun. It's going to be all of that, probably times 2, because we're going to have even more new people to have out. All right. This coming Saturday, there is a Inc. Hierarchy Securities boot camp happening. For those who are securities licensed, it's going to be for 403B accounts from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time, 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the Zoom ID and password. The featured speaker is going to be Regional Vice President, $300,000+ earner Tommy Crump out of North Carolina. He is a 403B savant. And so it's going to be an amazing training. You want to make sure you plug into that. Just putting that out there. We'll put it out on the group me as well. Inc. Hierarchy Contest. I'm going to run through this. Remember, the whole trip to Vegas is on the line. We are in month number 2 of the Vegas trip. You can qualify for an all expense paid trip to Las Vegas, but you got to do certain personal production requirements over the 3-month period. You know, cumulative, you got to do a total of the 3 months, 6 personal recruits, 15,000 personal premium. Or if you're trying to take your partner with you, your registered partner on the system, you got to do 6 personal recruits and 22,500 in premium. All right. So now what we want to do, we want to acknowledge the people who have been making it happen and not making excuses. These are the people who have recruits and premium. Look at Montre Porter. Montre Porter already had 6 recruits, already knocked out the requirement for the recruits, 6 personal recruits, 49.15 in premium. Got a little bit more work to do with the premium. Sis, we know you can do it. We need you to go ahead and seal that deal and get the daggum job done. And so this is my thing. This month, I'm calling for this, man. Go ahead and knock out at least one of the requirements this month. Don't be trying to hustle next month to get all your production in both areas. No, go ahead and knock out at least one of the areas this month. If you need a few more recruits to get to 60, go ahead and get to the 6. If you say, man, I'm going to go ahead and knock out all the premium this month, then do it then. Let's make it happen. We got Janisha Demise Williams, 2 recruits, 5,541 in premium, killing it on the premium. Need to go a little bit higher. We got Marquis Fontenot, 5 recruits, almost at 6, 1920 in personal premium. Shatina Haynes, 2 recruits, 3,321 in premium. Robert Hewlett at 2 recruits, 3,155 in premium. We got Anita Davis, 2 recruits, 2,550 in premium. Miranda Guzman, 1 recruit, 3,284 in premium. And Kim Jones, I see you, Kim, 1 recruit, 2,606 in premium. You can do it. You can do it. Man, all you got to do is activate your hustle, fuel that belief, man, elevate your belief, tap into more potential, take more action. You're going to get the results. Right? And keep it going. And then, hey, we ain't done yet. These people have recruits in premium as well. We got Justin and Brittany Hall, 1 recruit, 2,533 in premium. Gay Nell Smith, just heard from her, 2 recruits, 1,922 in premium. Jackie Mayfield, I see your auntie, 2 recruits, 1,408 in premium. Rosalind Morris, 1 recruit, 2,000. and 3 in premium. Kimberly Lewis, 2 recruits, 1774 in premium. Jamie Marchand, 1 recruit, 1362 in premium. And Julia Smith, 1 recruit, 926 in premium. Now, I know some of you guys are looking at these numbers like, I know I can do better. I know I got more in me, right? Nick, I didn't know that those were my numbers. Those are my numbers. Man, I'm about to do something about that, man. That's not a reflection of what I'm trying to get accomplished. I'm about to really get to work and activate my hustle. I know you're feeling that way. And right, and so we're about to really move these numbers. And then these people have premium. JB got 3180 in premium. No recruits, but 3180 in premium. Big Pope, he got 2576 in premium. Pastor Chris, 2133 in premium. Shadrika, 1840 in premium. Melissa Esparza, 1418 in premium. Audrey Muse, 1232 in premium. Constance, you got 1194 in premium. And Selena Fudge, 217 in premium. These people got recruits. Danielle Frazier, you almost there on the recruits. You got 4 recruits. We need to put some premium with it though. We got Kedrick, KT Jenkins, 4 recruits. You're almost there, bro. 0 in premium. We got to get your premium going. Ruth Young, 2 recruits. Neria, 2 recruits. Chandra and James Donald, 1 recruit. Ashley Taylor, 1 recruit. Christina Simmons, 1 recruit. Guys, this is the month where we plant our flag. We get it popping, we get it going, right? And I'm telling you right now that we got so much time left in the month. But how much do you have left in the tank? Man, you can talk about it, but we much rather you be about it. And let's go make something special happen, right? And so let's go ahead and close out there. What I want to do is go ahead and pray, and we can go ahead and close out training. But this has just been a historic, amazing, wonderful training. Big shout out to you, Coach BWalk. We love you dearly. We thank you so much just for what you've shared with us, and just how God is blessing your business, and by him blessing your business, you blessing us. And so we're so excited about what's about to happen in the life of all of our businesses. So let's go to God in prayer. Let's close out. Lord, Heavenly Father, we just come giving thanks for the blessing of allowing us to be able to have just an emotional, a spiritual, and amazing call, Lord God. We know, Father, that your presence was in the midst, and we thank you for that, for we know that you are our source, Lord God. Father, we know that we are just stewards of this opportunity, stewards of the gifts that you have poured in us, and we pray that we will use them to richly bless the lives of mankind in an awesome way, Lord. Father, continue to lead us and order our steps and keep us. Let us not lean to our own understanding, but to trust and believe in you with all of our heart, body, soul, and mind. And we love you with all of our heart, body, soul, mind, and we're mindful to give you the glory, honor, and praise. Until we see each other again, continue to watch between us in our absence, and continue to meet our needs afresh through the total sufficiency of Jesus Christ. It's in the mighty name of Jesus we do pray. Amen. All right, family. Thank y'all so much. We love you guys. If y'all need anything, let us know. It's a lot of things on the calendar. Let's make sure that we are out and about and making things happen, like Coach BWalk said. Otherwise, she gonna come and deal with you personally. All right. Don't think she won't do it. Right. We love y'all. Peace, everybody.
Yeah. I ain't choose the game chose me. I'm a champion, I need some trophies. I can drive the lane, I can shoot the 3. I can run 100 yards, I can throw it deep. I ain't choose the game chose me. I'm a champion, I need some trophies. I can drive the lane, I can shoot the 3. I can run 100 yards, I can throw it deep. I got what it take to be a champ. You know bars life, you should come and join the camp. Title after title, put my rivals off the map. Thought you had the trophy till I came in for the snatch. I was born in it, not sworn in it.